everyone. We are from BookIt, and this is a web application for facility reservations, and we are B.Innovative Corp. So this is a second spring review meeting. Go to next. So our team member is still STEM with a spring one. So go to next. And we have a send, need, approach, competitor, and benefit same with the spring ones. And continue next. And the use case is still STEM, and we are start continuous develop it and complete our use case. Next. So this same development tool that we use. Next. So I will skip about the user story as is also the same. So I will now pass to Brynard to present about his part.
Okay,
Brynard?
so alright, so this is my first sprint, a login and register. And during the second sprint, I'll do the manage facilities availability and time, as you can see here. So this is just a continuous from it, and this is the database for the login and register from sprint one, and this is the related database from sprint two. So okay, so this is for the available and not available user story, and this is to set the time. All right, I will just go into my BookIt here. So I will not demo any sprint one. I think I will just log in to do the sprint two. Okay, so this is the admin dashboard, and my function is under code managing. All right, so as you can see here, all the opening and closing is at 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you can see here, code one, it says that at true means it's open until 20 and time true. So in between this, all of this is true means it's available to book. So uh, if I update this, like maybe not available, I update. All right, now this dash means it's not available anymore. I'll just run this one more time. Now, as you can see here, all of it will display false, which means we are not able to, the time is not available to book. So uh, the others, code 2, code 3, code 4 follows the same rules to code 1, and this all codes means that it automatically update code 1 to code 4 together. So I think I should, let's say that maybe I just randomly press that. So this, like, it refreshed already, so maybe it supposedly will true from 6 to 2. Yeah, from 6 until 2 p.m. It's true. So that's all for my part. I'll pass it to the next, which is CL at Cheong Chen Lee. Sorry.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Alright. So for my part, I won't go into much for what I did for Spring One because nothing much has changed. I just changed the sidebar to fit together with the index. But I don't think I will be demonstrating that. So for what I did in Sprint 2 is the functionality to forget password and then reset the password. So this is the first thing that we will see if we click on the forget password button from the main login page. And then from here, we can enter our email address. The system will check whether this email exists in our database. And then if it does, an OTP code will be sent. And if the code is correct, then you can reset the password. Okay. So this is the same database table as I used during first sprint because I don't think a new table is needed to reset the password. And this is my only task for the second sprint, which is to reset or forget the password. Okay, but anyway, let me just go into my demo. Okay, so as you can see here, you have the reset password and click on this. And then you can enter your email address. So if I check my database, by right, whatever email address that I enter, it should be in our database. And if it's not, then it will just redirect me to the register page and ask me to register for a new account. Okay, so for now, I will be using my own email. Just let it load for a moment because the backend has to send the email to me. And I have to wait. See? Okay, now I received that my OTP code is this one. So I just enter it here. And if it's correct, now I can reset my password. Okay, so let's say my password is now 123 and I want to change it to ABC instead. Okay, and if I refresh the database, and you can see that my account password has been changed to ABC. Okay, so that's it for my part, and I will now pass to Brandon to present his part. Let me just stop sharing.
Okay, so I guess you can see. So for now, I'll just run my Flask run first. So the command, and it runs, and I'll just login is basically the same. So I'll just refresh from the user dashboard. So I'm refreshing now. It takes some time to go to get the updates that has been done by Brynard for the court time. As you can see, he made it available from 6 to 12, 6 to 2. And so for sprint 2, it's going to be about my reservation history. So the reservation details would be shown for today, but I don't think there has been any booking for today. So it won't display yet. So if I press view reservation history, it will display all the lists that were all the reservations that were made by the user Bryan for this period of time. So it will be flexible and it will be displayed accordingly. So I think that's it for my part. And the tables that are used would be here. For reservation, it will be mainly from this part, which is the reservation table. Okay, so as you can see, there's the Bryan. Okay, and this is the court, which is the same. So I think that's about it for me. Yeah. I'll pass it to the next person, Zhi Xuen.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Right. So hi everyone. So in sprint 2, I'm doing the make reservation part, whereby compared to the first sprint, the second sprint what I add is the user, the resident able to make the reservation based on the view that the code they're able to see inside the index resident. So the database that are related to this make reservation is first for the reservation, whereby after the resident have made the reservation for the code, it will showing all the records about the book ID, customer name, start time and the end time, reserve time, and with the phone number and the upload status from the make reservation part. Then it also update the column from the code, whereby after the resident book the code, therefore the booking will be converted from the false to true. All right, so now I will demo the part about the make reservation. Okay, so now what we see is currently I'm in the index resident dashboard, whereby the resident is able to see the code and the time. So now I will try to book the code one for one period. So now currently the user is Ali. Okay, so when I try to press the button book now, so it will show the username, the book ID, the start time, the code ID, and the customer phone number. So the username, book ID, code ID, and the customer phone number is directed, taken from the profile. Therefore, it doesn't need the user to re-enter again. So therefore, the resident just need to enter the start time. So therefore, now I just select the start time from 6 a.m. So when I do agree and make the reservation, you directly pass the view reservation part, whereby the resident able to see the reservation date, time, status, and the booking ID. So when we come back to the database, so when I go to the resolution part, when I refresh it, just wait for a minute to load it. It will show me the latest record, which is early start time of 6 a.m. end time is 7 p.m. Now this is the time to reserve the time to reserve the court, and the phone number, court ID, and the approved status. So when we go back to the court one, which store the record of the court one. So when we preview it, you will see that the booking for the 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is true. So when we go back to the app, when we go back to the dashboard again, you're showing the 6 a.m. time is disappeared. Seems the time is booked by the other people, so it will not show in the index resident dashboard. So that's all for my part. Thank you. Now I'll pass to the Wen Jun for the next presentation.
Alright, so I will share my screen now. So, okay, so this is, okay, so this is a slide that I did, which is for the sprint one I did for the admin dashboards, and this is the downward part of admin dashboards. So I skip for sprint ones, and moving on to sprint two, I edit my admin dashboard by moving the code availability to inside its specific tabs. And then as you can see, for the second, it is the user interface for the code availabilities. So the admin can see the availability of the code. For example, code 1 is closed, code 2 is closed, and code 3 is closed. And then he can manage the code by pressing the manage button here. Later on, I will show the IDE for you. And then this is a related table, which is separate table for each code. For example, code 1, code 2, code 3, and code 4. So I will now show the user interface. So this is a new admin dashboard with the bookings and the feedback cards, and the admin can see the code availability at here. So you can see that various code available, for example, code 1, code 2, code 3, and code 4, and view the availability of it. Close, close, close. If the code is open, it will display open here instead of close. So it's just for the admin to see the status of the code, and then the admin can manage the code. For example, press the manage button here. Here you go to the code managing forms that did by Brynard. So this back to the form that did by Brynard, which is the manage facilities. So same for the other manage buttons. We will back to that. Seconds, yeah, because the query will take some time. Okay, so back to the forums and back made by Brynard. So I will show you the database that for this, which is code 1, code 2, code 3, and code 4. So this is the database for it. And now I will pass to CL to explain about the burn down chart.
Okay. So let me just. So this is our burn down chart for the second sprint based on the issue count, and we've already completed most of the parts. There's only one remaining user story left, which is Zhi Xuen's part, where he still has to make small little changes. And so I think that concludes it for our sprint review meeting for the second sprint. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.